Hey guys, so another video with the shirt. I know I'm like on a filming marathon right now, and this is the last one, and it is my favorite brushes. I have quite a few brushes, but I definitely have favorites that I use every single day, and I would be just lost without these brushes, and I just don't have a substitute for them. If I don't have them, I need them. Like, I need to find it. I will start with eye brushes because most of these brushes are kind of eye brushes. If you watched my NARS Sheer Glow review / application video, for foundation, I just use my hands, clean hands, obviously. I use my hands for concealer. I use my hands just for setting my concealer. I use a brush that I talk about. So for face, kind of, there's only like two brushes, but most of them are just eye brushes. Yeah, let me start. So my first favorite is the MAC 217. I don't want to pick favorites here. They're all favorites, obviously, but this brush is a must-have. If you're into makeup, you need this brush. It's such a universal brush. It's dirty right now, obviously. It's white brush, but I used it. But this is what it looks like. It's like a fluffy yet dense kind of brush. It's hard to explain, but it's like a crease blending brush. So what I use this for primarily is for crease, and when it applies crease color, it blends it out too. So it's just perfect for that. This actually got me into really wanting to do eyeshadow look. It gives your crease a nice effect. It can also be used for like bases, like on your eyes, for under eye concealer, for face concealer, just a whole ton of stuff. It can also be used like an eyeshadow brush if you just lay it flat. Such an amazing multi-purpose brush. If you have to splurge on one MAC brush, get this one because it's my favorite brush, and it's really multi-purpose. My next favorite is the Sigma 239. Obviously, it's also kind of dirty. This is a perfect eyeshadow brush. I do have the MAC 239 dupe, which is the Low Cornell 3/8 inch, and if you compare them, this is a lot denser and yet fluffier at the same time. And this is just flat and kind of flimsy, but this is so great for applying and like packing on color. It's so much better than that 239 dupe, the Low Cornell one. I don't have the MAC 239 to compare, but this is such an amazing eyeshadow brush. I need more of these because it just works so amazingly. And a brush that's very similar to it is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. So if I just compare these, they're pretty much very much the same. They work the same. So if you don't want to order from Sigma just for this brush, you can get the e.l.f. one. They sell e.l.f. at Target, and I have two. Yeah, so the Sigma 239 and the e.l.f. are just really great for packing on color. They pick up color really well and place it on your lid. Next brush is this one, and I'm not really sure what they call it. It's a Sonia Kashuk blending brush. I know it's definitely a blending brush. It's kind of like a bullet kind of head. It's very like stiff over here and kind of firm. It's not really flimsy, but this is the perfect brush for the transition area where you just take like a blending color, like a shade like your skin tone or a little bit darker, and you just apply it over here and it just blends out the edges perfectly. This is so perfect for my like transition area and for anyone's transition area because it's if you can see, it's very like flat on top yet fluffy, so it puts on the color and it blends it at the same time. Next blending brush is the Sigma 224. And this is like a flimsy kind of fluffy brush. It's really nice to just also put it in the transition area or just blend like this area, like your outer corner. If you use black, if you apply black with a kind of a pencil brush and you want to just blend it out so it's kind of transitioning, this works really nice and it's really soft. All these brushes are really soft, obviously. Last blending brush is this another Sonia Kashuk blending brush. I don't know what it's called, sorry, but this is smaller than the Sigma one, and they're kind of the same length, but this is a lot fluffier than this one. And what I use this for is my powder flage for under my concealer, and it just fits perfectly in there. And it's not too fluffy. Like, I don't know, I don't really use this for putting powder flage under there. I could, but I just use this for blending out my eyeshadow, and I don't feel like this is really good for blending out eyeshadow all that much, but it's really good for powder flage and setting your under eye concealer. Next eye brush is this MAC 212 special edition brush, and it's just a flat top brush. I believe e.l.f. has a flat top brush. A lot of people make flat top brushes. Am I saying flat top brush? It's just like a flat liner brush. And what I do is I set my liner with this, and I use NYX's black, just black eyeshadow. It's called black, and it's a matte black, and I just dip it in there and just set my eyeliner and my waterline with this, and my eyeliner doesn't move for the rest of the day, and it just works really nicely for that. Next is this, and it's the Sonia Kashuk, I think this is called their blush brush, but I don't use it for blush. I use it for bronzer, and it's really nice for that like 3 or like in the contouring area. It's really nice for that. I use it with NARS Laguna, and it applies it and blends it out really nicely. And the last brush, this is kind of, it's not really a brush, I don't know, you can kind of call it that, but it's a sponge tip applicator. And what I love this for is the inner corner right here, and just applying highlight in there, obviously. This fits so nicely in my inner corner area, and it just picks up the color really well and just places it really nicely. So I saved those sponge tip applicators, and I bought like the Wet n Wild ones just because they all work the same. It's a sponge tip applicator. Pretty much all of them are the same, and they fit really nicely in there, and they're cheap. So those are my favorite brushes. Hopefully you found that helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.